got a busy chapel this morning, but we're going to kick it off with a chapel talk by Adam Marchessault. Please welcome Adam.
Hey guys. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Adam Marchessault. And I'd just like to open this up by saying that I've never done a chapel speech, so I have no idea how to start it. But I'll give it a shot. So the other day, I was really bored. And I don't mean bored like, calling up a friend. Hey, man, I'm bored. Are you bored? Yeah, okay, let's hang out. No, not like that. I mean like Cheese Whiz and Comedy Central bored, okay? So I got to thinking about some random stuff. And one of the things that I started thinking about was how we view each other, how I view people and how people view me. And I realized more and more as I thought about it that the way we view each other is by assigning these really superficial titles. I don't mean titles like King Adam the Magnificent, even though that would be awesome. I mean titles more like these. These are some of the ones I've heard about me. Well, the school appropriate ones. I'm a bisexual, libertarian, vegetarian, agnostic. I'm a foul-mouthed, philandering French Canadian. And I'm a skinny, tall, non-athletic, hyperactive, manic, depressive guy who isn't funny, but has a great fashion sense, as you can clearly tell. Now, I'm sure I just turned off quite a few of you, and if so, sorry, it happens. But I have to ask, why do we assign these titles to each other? Because we do it a lot. It's how we view people, especially the ones we don't know all that well. Is it some need to make everybody an individual because we've had it just beaten into us that we're all unique little special snowflakes? You know, that's one possibility, but I have another idea. I think that it's because those that are in power wish to divide us amongst ourselves by giving us these titles and making us all different so we have something to fight over. And by people in power, I mean people like the businessmen that want us to choose between Mac and PC or Coke and Pepsi. I mean the politicians that want us to choose between Republican and Democrat or liberal and conservative. And I mean those creepy TV evangelist guys that want us to judge our faith by how much money we can send in. You know the ones I'm talking about, the fake zealots that get up on TV and go, "Praise Jesus," and "Please send me $1,000 in the same sentence." But say what you want about them, the politicians, the businessmen, the fake zealots. They do a great job at dividing us and keeping us fighting amongst ourselves so they can stay in power. If you don't believe me, think about some of the titles that we have in our society that keep us fighting amongst ourselves. Republicans versus Democrats, fundamentalists versus gays, atheists versus Christians versus Muslims versus Jews versus pretty much everyone else. Rich versus poor, black versus white, man versus woman, and Kesha fans versus those with good musical taste. The list goes on. But we have to stop letting ourselves be divided like this, because we can assign all the superficial titles that we want, but we do have one thing in common that means so much more. We're all human. We all breathe air, drink water, and have way more fun than is probably healthy for us. We're all vain, passionate, and seeking purpose. We're more alike than we are different, and some of our most beautiful moments come out of that. Say you pick up a homeless guy off the street, give him a place to sleep for the night, and buy him dinner. Is that because you and that homeless guy share the same religion? No. Say that you offer a shoulder to cry on for a friend that's had a really crappy, suckish day. Is that because you and that friend belong to the same socioeconomic class? No. And when we have a moment of silence for a young man or woman taken from us all too soon, like, say, Joey Fortin last year, it isn't because we are all of the same political ideology. No, these connections can happen and do happen because there is a common thread that runs through all of us, a thread of goodness, optimism, and love And no amount of division can ever hope to extinguish that. It doesn't even have a chance. So back to me, because I am egotistical enough that I want to talk about me again. I may be a bisexual, libertarian, vegetarian, agnostic, and a foul-mouthed, philandering French-Canadian, and blah, 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 blah. But I'm also a person, just like each and every one of you. And that has such a deeper meaning than whether or not we have the same religious beliefs, or we agree on economic policy, or we both think that Barack Obama is a great president. We are all human, and we are united in that. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.